What's going on, guys? It's GBP baby. Welcome to another video. It's currently 3:06 a.m. on Thursday the 23rd of October, but we're going to be looking at Wednesday's price action. And yeah, let's get straight into things. So if you watch my Sunday's review, you'll know that I had my eyes set on this consolidation here. I expected a return to it, which is what we got on the Wednesday. And then in yesterday's review, I was saying it's possible we might run for these highs. You can see we did run towards them, but we got a reaction away from the consolidation that we saw here, which is nice to see. And if we look at the 50% level of this wick, you'll see that we actually traded to that, and that's where we turned around at. So that's lovely to see. Let's just get that marked out now. Ooh. So you can see how we came up, took out Monday's high, traded to the 50% level of the consolidation, and had a nice reaction away from that. So it's unlikely now that we are going to run for these highs. In yesterday's video, stating that if we were to run for these highs, we'd likely trade, find support at this level, and then continue higher. But you can see that's not what happened. You can see we actually found resistance at the level, which was also a possibility the whole time. And you can see we're starting to move away from that level as well. If we go to the weekly, you'll know that this wick as well if you've been watching my videos, this wick is what I had delineated, saying that because we delivered on the downside, I'd want to see this wick now put this range act as resistance. And you can see obviously that's within the consolidation. Let's go to the 4 hour, and you can see we traded up to that and turned away nicely. So that's good to see. And then we can also see that this gap here, again, go to Sunday's video, I was stating how if this gets left open, it will act as a breakaway gap. So I prefer to see it get left open, and you can see how untouched that is. So we can now call that a breakaway gap, assuming we don't trade back through it. And then we can start looking for a run down into Tuesday's lows to create the low of the week, potentially on the Friday or the Thursday or the Friday, sorry. So this was the weekly PD array that I had my eye set on, this fair value gap on the weekly, where the price may want to draw down to, depending on how bearish we are. But tomorrow, today is Thanksgiving in America, so I understand that's a holiday, meaning that we're likely going to just consolidate, and it's probably not the best trading environments in general. But overall, we've had a good day in terms of trading higher, running up to our target of the 50% level. We failed to take out this swing high, which again shows weakness. We've had a nice reaction away from that. We now have a breakaway gap, and the likelihood of us running for these relative equal highs, which I marked out in yesterday's video, it's possible we might just come for that at a later point. But like I said, this week in general has been quite difficult. It's not been the best price action, so to speak, especially between London and New York sessions. There was quite a lot of price action that caught me off guard, which was around here. But yeah, overall tomorrow I'd like to so long as this level here, I'll just show you this. It's on the hourly. It's not on the hourly. Let's go to the 15-minute. So as long as this swing low, bullish order block, which should now act as a bearish order block, if this continues to provide support, then I can anticipate a run down into the relative equal lows that we have residing from Tuesday's lows. So we can mark that out as sell side liquidity, but that's assuming that price does continue to respect this. So if we come back up to this level now, and we continue to respect the 50% level of it and don't trade through it, then I'd expect lower prices for the rest of the day and a run to the south side liquidity. If we say trade through it, then I'd expect higher prices and this buy side to get taken. So as you can see, I've got two different options, and when I do have two different explanations for what price could do, it is tradable, but it's not ideal, and that's purely because of the market conditions we're in. And like I said, there is a holiday, but the fact that we gapped down as we moved into the new day, I like to see that, because that's showing bearishness, so that can hopefully continue. But yeah, that's everything on dollar. Let's go and look at GBP. I do already have my markings out, so I'm just going to run through it with you guys. So GBP came down. Where did we trade to? Actually, let me just go fresh. So we traded down into this bullish order block, just as anticipated. We traded down to the 50% level of that, which is what you call mean threshold, so we can mark that out. If you go watch yesterday's video, you'll know that I marked that out as a target. We traded right down into that beautifully, failing to take out Monday's low, which is quite interesting, showing a level of bullishness, and traded away from that level. This fair value gap as well, we pretty much failed to fill it. So although we traded through it, volume closed above it, above the 25% level as well, which shows bullishness. So when there's the 25% level and the 50% level, when price respects the 25% level, that shows more bullishness than just the 50% level. So that's something just to take into account. But yeah, let's go down to the 4 hour, and you can see our price came down, took out stops residing below Monday's this low made on Monday, tapped down into the 50% level of this wick and also this breaker. Why is this a breaker? We got a low, we got a high, we got a lower low, and then you can see we've moved aggressively higher. So we traded down nicely into that breaker wick, and there you can see our price is turning away from that level accordingly. So let's just have that marked out like so, and the 50% level of that got respected. So again, pretty much the same thing as what I just explained on dollar. So long as price continues to respect, I believe there should be a right here, the order block. So if price so long as price continues to respect this this bearish order block that we've now traded through on the upside, so if we come back down, if we provide support, then I'd expect to run up into this buy side liquidity residing up here. If we say trade through it, then I'm expecting lower prices. It's as simple as that. But again, with it being a holiday tomorrow, the markets will probably be very fickle and very dangerous in general, but we do have high impact news on the Friday, so that's something to take into account. So that's everything on pound. Let's go to euro finally. This has been a very interesting week for us, guys, I'm not gonna lie. Again, bullish order block, 50% level, drew that out, came down to it beautifully. What do we get? Nice reaction away from that level. You can see we're starting to trade up. Go down to the 4 hour and we can have a better look. You can see how we filled this imbalance, traded down into this bullish order block. This is a bullish order block, traded right down to the open of it. And you can see that massive reaction away from it. We also have this breaker, so this low to this high. This here is what we call a breaker. Why? Low, high, low, low. This is the last up close candle before the move lower, before the move higher, making that a breaker. You can see we traded down into that, and you can see how we're bullishly running up into this buy side liquidity and this imbalance by the looks of things. We can go down to the 1 hour to get a better look. You can see there's also a little break here, low, high, lower, low, break higher, which I do believe we traded into. Let's see. Yep, 50% off level of that. You can't make this up, guys. When you see precision like that, this is times like this that reminds me, okay, this is an algorithm, like this is coded, you know. But you can see we traded down into that, and you can see our price is starting to spool higher now, and again run into these highs that we have residing down here and potentially up here. So same thing again, if we drop down to the 15-minute, we'll have a nice order block there. So long as this bearish order block now provides support as a bullish order block, then I'm bullish. Like I said, if it gives way, then I'd expect to run down into south side liquidity residing below here. But so long as this acts as support, I want to see high prices. But yeah, we're just going to have to wait and see what the Thanksgiving holiday gives us. But that's going to be everything, guys. Thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to subscribe, and I'll catch you in the next one. Peace.